Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the recap show of Week 6 of the Jacked Up Fantasy Football League, coming to you live from the headquarters of the one and only Archon Tigers. Zach Brennan-Sevedy, three-time champion. What's up, man? Why are you all down?
It's having technical difficulties.
Because, you know what? I think the last time... Can you turn that off? I think the last time you actually did a show with me, I think every time you've ever done a show with me, you were the champ. You were the defending champ. This is your first time sitting in that chair when you're not the defending champ. How's it feel?
Well, our agents made it clear that we can't talk about the past because we're still in the middle of a contract dispute. Let's just get on with the show.
Okay. You got something to say to the rest of the league?
Oh, just good to be back here. It's familiar territory. I'm on top as always. Brian Avon put me in my place last week, and
he was talking some shit.
That was humbling.
All right,
but he did it without a Drew Brees, so it's kind of like slapping a retarded kid around. So.
Well, you know, we go through the resume of even though you guys are very aware of who the Archon Tigers really are, but I know you love this part. You love the stats,
Who
right?
doesn't? I kind of wanted to see them myself.
Fifth year in the league.
Oh, look at that career record.
Three-time champ, 3 years in a row from 08 to 2010. The best career record of any owner, 661. You missed the playoffs last year. I had to add that little bullet.
Yeah, Matt Schaub fucked me as he did last week against Avon too. Matt Schaub just keeps coming at me and fucking me with sandpaper wrapped around his fucking cock.
Favorite team. This is gonna be I think a good show here. Favorite team, the Browns. Favorite beer, Corona. Favorite shot, Jägermeister.
That's about right.
No, Brian's favorite shot is Jägermeister too. The guy that beat you last week. But his has to be chilled.
Well, he's the number 2 coach, and I'm the number 1 coach. So maybe it's the Jägermeister that makes us 1 and 2.
Yeah, well, you're number 1 coach, but you're not number 1 in power rankings.
Well, that's fine. We'll see at the end.
Okay.
We'll talk in the end.
Your favorite hot spot?
You talk an awful lot of smack for being 1. What are you, 1 and 5?
1 and 5.
You
I got my first win last week.
An arrogant son of a bitch. But you stir it up. That's good.
Dude, the ratings are through the roof. Your favorite hot spot, Vegas? How many times have you been to Vegas in your life?
Well, I've been going every year since the 90s, and I average 2 times a year, probably about 40 times.
Damn. What would you say overall? Career record, up or down?
Probably about 500. I had one big win once.
Your favorite hobbies, day trading, fantasy football are 2 big ones. From a day trading standpoint, any like pointers for the guys out there doing option trading?
Don't do it.
or if you do it, don't get greedy.
Yeah, exactly. I am greedy. You got that right. You got that right.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the recap of. Before we do, you know, it's my duty and obligation to always report every trade. Zach, this trade doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. You got a receiver for Vic. It's your brother and your cousin doing sounds a little fishy there.
At first, I sensed collusion, and I think it was just them scratching each other's back. So I think Frosty Paws needed a wide receiver. Vic sucks this year, so it's not really. I don't think anyone's going to really complain about.
But like we talked about during our production meeting, you know, if Vic gets traded back to the Frosty Paws in a week or two,
we will investigate.
Then we got a fucking problem.
Where did Andy take Vic in the draft?
5th or 6th. He took him after he drafted.
So essentially, he drafted Mike Williams with the 5th pick. Is that what we're trying to say?
Yeah, exactly.
Good job, bro.
Well, his strategy backfired because he had 2 quarterbacks in the first 5 picks.
Yeah.
And he was thinking he's going to use Vic as trade bait. How'd that work out for you, buddy? Well, if you consider Williams...
He has a second-tier wideout on a bad offensive team.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. All right, so enough about that trade, man. We spent too much time. So let's recap the games, man. Let's talk about the Eliminators and the Serve Destroyers. Jake the Snake, talk about another guy talking a lot of shit and just can't back it up.
Well,
I went 6-0 last week for the record, dude.
Oh, did you?
My picks, yeah.
You picked me to win? Are you
sure
about
that?
To
lose.
Oh, yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah, to lose.
All right.
That's all I covered.
I guess you were 6-0.
All right, let's look at the box score here between the Eliminators. Again, a solid team, man. AJ Green, Des Bryant, Gates. Nice games. And the Serve Destroyers, I mean, it seems like if Manning and Cruz don't come through for them, which, you know, they only have that 1 touchdown together, Ray Rice had a good game.
That's Jake's whole team is Cruz the Manning. And
that combo.
That'll be the case today too, but we'll get into that.
Okay.
Eliminators. I told everyone. I think I told you that he's the team to beat.
In the whole league?
Yeah, I think
Even
so.
you and Mark?
He had a great draft, and I sent him a message that day.
Yeah.
And told him.
Our draft recap that we never did post that draft recap thing.
And you have it?
Yeah, I have. Well, we were fucking shit faced.
Well, I think the public would like to see that one.
All right. We may do like a.
Maybe you could do an outtakes DVD.
Yeah, exactly.
If our agents could get it done, I got to sign the release for that too. So.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about this game?
No, I think Randy impressed me this year. He had a nice draft, and hopefully, it's not about just drafts. You got to carry it all the way through.
Yeah. Well, my analysis for the game that I'm kind of saying along the lines with you. The eliminators are for real, and Jake loses his second straight game. Up next, today, the Playmakers were doing this on a Sunday. Which, by the way, sorry, Andy, if I know you stay home around 11 o'clock on the Sunday night. You're waiting for that YouTube upload every Wednesday night.
Oh, is he anxious?
Yeah, you want to know what happened to the show.
I wasn't aware of that.
But
so that's good. There's a demand for our show.
Yeah, exactly.
Or your show now, but I'm just a guest now.
Yeah. TNT TCB, I call this. The matchup just favored TNT. TCB again. This is a 3-3 team that I think is more like a 1-5 team with that lineup. Last week he didn't have Newton. Look at his bench. His entire bench was in a bye week.
No one played.
So
what are the odds of that one?
He only had 9 guys to play, so it's not like it was much of a decision. And then Hartline goes from a top 5 receiver to 0 points, 0 catches. I don't know what's going on with him.
Elvis would not be proud, that's for sure.
But remember last week, had he played Luck against you, as opposed to Newton, he would have won.
Yeah.
So this week he put Luck in,
and he screwed him.
And he didn't do shit. So I don't think it would have mattered.
But all of TNT's players pretty much went off.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this box line. He had Hartline. Oh yeah, you just addressed it. Hartline had a 0.
Welcome back to the show. Fucking daydreaming. What are you doing?
Holy fuck! Yeah, he destroyed him. All right, that's enough on that one.
Well, let me ask you your opinion on TNT's trade 3-4 weeks ago.
Well,
when he got Brady, and he got rid of Welker and Peterson, and essentially it was 2 for 1.
At the time, everyone said that TNT had ripped my brother off, and I knew that not to be the case. Anytime you could add a Peyton Manning to your team, I think he's a great fantasy quarterback. He's top 5.
But would you ever bench Brady? 'Cause that's what he did this week. He benched Tom Brady
over who?
Roethlisberger.
Well, who's Brady playing? Buffalo or the Jets? They're playing the Jets.
You're in this week. Go to week 6. Dude. Hit number 6.
I haven't done this in a while.
6, dude.
Okay.
So what were you looking at before when I was asking you questions?
I don't remember.
I look over. Everything is 0-0.
What game are we on?
We're on TCB.
Oh. Oh yeah, he did bench Brady. Wow.
Wow, dude. You slept through the production.
Well, obviously he's a Steelers fan. That's probably what had a lot to do with that.
I don't care. That's stupid. But looking at the analysis,
what's stupid?
The fact that if you're a Steelers fan, you play Steelers.
Well, a lot of people do that.
Yeah. But my observation from this game is a TCB. Look at his starting quarterback, running backs, receivers, and tight end had a combined 20 points.
Wow.
So all his points came from his flex, kicker, and defense. That's an ugly box score right there.
Well, I mean, people complained about our defensive scoring, and look, both these teams had high, so it works out in the end. It's kind of a wash.
It balances out. Yeah,
I like the option in case you're down. It's kind of exciting. You still have a chance to win.
Down by 50 at the Bears defense.
So anyone that complains about that, I don't think.
Well, it's your brother.
I know the Bulldogs aren't complaining about it because he's benefited the most this year on it.
But your brother, he's the biggest. What's up with him whining so much this year?
I don't know. I think he needs to get laid. That's the problem. It's a lot of build up. You need the,
Well, why look at me? Look at him.
Andy. Either do it or do it. Put that cowboy hat on like you did with that girl.
All right. On that note, let's move on to the prime timers and the Frosty Paw. That's a good segue. I didn't even know that he was coming up. But looking at this is the ugliest game of the week, no doubt. Now.
Prime timers. Michael's in the game. He seems to be in.
No, Frosty Paws is your brother.
Right.
Prime timers is Ryan.
Well, I have Frosty Paws playing High Flyers.
That's this week. You're once again. What are you doing, dude?
No, look.
Are you on week 6?
Yeah. What are you on? Is the question.
Oh, you know what?
You have Farmer's Tan on this screen.
All right, my bad.
We were both drinking last night.
Yeah, my bad. I'm fucking hungover. All right, so
which game are we looking at?
We're looking at Prime Timers and Farmer's Tan. So Frosty Paws should be Farmer's Tan.
Yeah, this is an ugly game.
But my point to this is last week, Prime Timers had 164 points against yours truly.
Yeah.
And the week after, he scores 73. It just goes to show every time someone plays the fucking commissioner, they go off.
Yeah, they're aiming for you.
It's like Mark said last week. It's like the
because you got a big fucking mouth. That's why.
I'm just stirring the pot, bro. Just stirring the pot. So any let's not spend too much time in this game. But any observations?
Well, isn't there a lot of teams that scored more points than both of those combined?
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
That was our ugly game of the week.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. What was my observation? Oh yeah, Ryan scores 91 points less than in week 5, and he still wins. After a 2-0 start, see, I got this part right. The champ loses his 4th straight. So what do you think is wrong with Farmer's Tan?
Well, as soon as he had Romo and Murray on the same team, I don't know what it is about the Dallas Cowboys. I've never been a big fan of theirs.
They've underachieved the last couple of years.
I think Jason Garrett's a terrible coach. I think Jerry Jones needs to fire his ass and start over again. Because Romo is terrible. In this league, your quarterback's got to be the go-to guy. And Romo hasn't been. And now he's got Vic. I'm not too excited about that either.
I agree. So. All right, so now we got this right. We got the Frosty Paws and High Flyers. 119.82, a nice win for the Frosty Paws. Of course, I picked this one. I know I'm 1-5, and so are the High Flyers, but I just think that High Flyers right now are playing the worst fantasy football. I just don't think he's a very good GM. You know, some of the moves he made, like dropping Schaub in favor of Cutler and Alex Smith.
That was a great move because he fucked me.
And then benching RG3. You know, another guy that trades for a quarterback and he puts him on the bench. He practiced all last week, Michael. He was questionable, but you knew way before Sunday he was going to play.
But it didn't matter.
But, you know.
23 more points, still not enough. But yeah, I get your point.
Yeah. Christian Ponder over RG3.
Right.
Come on.
But I don't know. Michael's had some bad luck. MJD's what's killing him, I think. I mean, he drafted him early.
He's on the worst team in the league, I think. I think the Jags are
They're
worse
always
than the
going to
Browns.
be playing from behind, and they're not going to run the ball. So that's what's screwing them.
But for the Frosty Paws, you know they're 3-3. Let's give him some time since he's been waiting 4 days for this show.
Yeah, he went off, so sort of.
But he's, like I mentioned in my message post, it's the only division where you can be in first place and last place. Everyone's 3-3 in that division. Mediocre division. I predicted at the beginning of the year 6-8 or 7-7 they're going to win that division.
Does that person get eliminated in the first round?
Who knows, man? Weren't you like in your other league? Weren't you like 6-10?
No, I actually won the division with a 4-10 record.
4-10
and
record.
I won the whole fucking thing.
You won the division with a 4-10 record. How bad is that league?
It's unheard of because the guy needed to win one game, and he had 5 weeks to do it, and he couldn't do it. Can you imagine being on the receiving end of that one?
I was.
Oh my God.
I was. But anyway, nice game for Peyton Manning, nice game for Welker. Again, ever since Welker, was traded to the Frosty Paws, he's had over 100 yards, leads the team in targets every week. I mean, I think he's like in the top 4 in receiving yards.
But does that change with Aaron Hernandez gradually coming back now?
I don't think so. No.
Because that was the issue before. They were trying to phase Walker out.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Tony did that trade. And now...
But ever since he
How
traded
do you bench Ross Walker now?
Yeah,
You can't.
No. Keep playing him. So, good job, Frosty Paws. I think we gave you about 3 minutes there, man.
Good luck on your first day at work tomorrow, Andy. My brother got a job with the post office.
Oh, nice. Good luck, man. Following your older brother's footsteps.
He's going to be the new Newman.
My observations for the game is the High Flyers bye week bad GM roster moves the difference.
You know what? Not to spend more time on this game, I think Michael's team isn't that bad. I looked at it this week to analyze it. It really isn't. He just had bad luck.
Okay. I disagree. Oops. Cleveland Crushers and
Are you
Tigers.
better than Michael?
Yeah, I already said that.
Okay.
Cleveland Crushers hand the Archon Tigers their first loss of the season. this is one of the few times where he was doing all the trash talking. You kept it quiet, and he backed up his trash talk.
Well, he backed it up. Yeah, he won scoreboard. Good job, Brian. But like I said, I didn't have Drew Brees. They wouldn't even been close. Brees plays.
Okay.
I mean, I got 3 points out of the quarterback position. You're going to lose every fight. I would lose to the high flyers with that kind of play.
But here's what the other owners don't know, besides Jake, because you always copy him every text that you send me. You said I was not worried about this game. He goes, even without Brees, I feel good about my chances.
If Matt Schaub does what he's supposed to do, yeah.
But, you looked at Schaub and you had...
What are the odds of a quarterback scoring 3 points in this fucking NFL of ours? Well,
Andrew Luck did it, yeah. But my point is, you were still very, very confident in your chances this week.
Yeah.
Like, 85 is not going to get it done, but you're right. Schaub, no one expected Schaub to have 3 points. You lost by 19. You expect a quarterback to have 25 points on average.
And also, the Crushers probably would have won because he did have Josh Freeman earlier, and Freeman went off, and then he dropped him. So he almost screwed himself.
Yeah.
That's why he's the number 2 coach, not the number 1.
But his team still hasn't been playing that great. I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's 4-2, but I think he's a little overrated, in my opinion, right now.
Yeah, when you have a...
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he beat you. That helps me because I can still win the division.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean,
well, he's also had some injuries, too, with Garcon. Garcon came out lights out in the beginning, and now he's not even playing.
Yeah, but he's weak at quarterback.
He's still a decent team.
The playmakers finally show up for the first time all season.
Are we going to spend the most time on
No,
this one?
no, it's not about me. But, I was down like 100, no, it was like 98-27 going into that Sunday night game.
Did you think you were done?
Honestly, no, dude. Because everything I read was that they don't match up good against the Packers. And after all the talk and losing to the Colts, I've been telling everybody. I even said on the show last week, Packers are going to go to Houston and they're going to upset the Texans. I didn't expect him to have 6 touchdowns.
Right, I didn't either.
5 of them to my guy.
That's
and of course I had 5 guys out of my 9.
Is that a record? 66 points? I didn't look at that.
I don't know.
I think it might be. I don't remember anyone having more.
But
more.
I felt the need, Mark, to add one more slide here. So let me just show this, where it wasn't really the playmakers that beat you. It was just Green Bay. My Green Bay starters alone scored 135 points.
Wow.
Have you ever seen? I hate to rub this in, but it was nice, man. I mean, for a guy that's 0-5, it was nice to sit there and it seems like every 5 minutes it was like Rodgers touchdown, Nelson,
you're like
Jones.
You're like that geeky nerd that just got his first piece of ass. This is all you got to brag about today. Is that why you're going to go with all the Packers today too?
Actually,
you think that's going to happen again?
No, I benched Alex Green.
Okay.
Yeah, I benched Alex Green. I only got 4 this time.
Jordy Nelson, that was a.
But here's the thing. Bulldogs get their first loss of the season. You get your first loss of the season. I see a trend coming here. Mm-hmm. I can see both of you guys losing this week. Your 2 games.
It's quite possible.
Yep. Let's look at the standings. So you're obviously now 5-1. Farmers Tan, TNT, 2-4, and Playmakers at 1-5 get their first win. This is the Central, man. Interesting division there. Everyone's 3-3. You don't have to look at that anymore. You can just now look at this.
Okay.
It's a little easier.
Yeah, I'm a little rough. I haven't done this in a while.
3-3, and then again, this is a strong division, man. But I think the Crushers are a little overrated. Eliminators are for real. 1 game out of first. High Flyers are the worst. And I want to talk about the power rankings. I always have fun talking about this. First 3 spots didn't change. The Crushers moved up. TCB moves down. Jake stays where he's at. And the biggest move of the week, the Playmakers. Jump 4 spots from 12 to 9. I hope to be on the first page of this slide next week. If I beat, who am I playing?
Baby steps.
My brother. I'm playing my brother. So, but look at the power rankings. Obviously the people that won moved up, people that lost moved down. Kind of common sense.
Bravo.
But let's take a second to look at this week's games. I know you did some analysis, so let's start with the Crushers and TNT.
Oh, let's see. I did it the old-fashioned way. I wrote it down. I can't even read it this morning. But okay, we're going to go to the Crushers and TNT. Go ahead. You give your take on it.
I like TNT. I think with Turner and Julio Jones in the bye week for the Falcons is going to hurt him. That's big production right there, especially from Julio Jones. I think TNT has the better matchups. I don't even know who this guy is. Pearman?
That's the running back for Cincinnati.
I know. Like he plays for Cincinnati, but
because if you have Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis in your starting lineup, like I do in my other league, he's the kiss of death. So I could see why Avon did
Gibson
that.
too.
Oh, he's a stud in St. Louis with Armandola gone. You never know; he might find a nut.
Well, I like TNT.
They're playing that vulnerable Packers defense, so the secondary.
Yeah, you're right. So I like TNT.
Well, I like TNT too.
Okay.
It's going to be a blowout, and it's not because Brian stinks. I mean, when you have that many people on bye, it's not good.
No, it's hard. So the High Flyers and TCB on this one, looking at the matchups, obviously TCB already had 2 guys go on Thursday night, 49ers. Davis gives him 0 points. Gore had a nice game. Even though Davis got 0, I still like TCB over the High Flyers.
Well, you're agreeing with Vegas. High Flyers are favored by 19. I don't.
No, I like TCB.
Oh, okay, then you're agreeing with me then. We both like TCB. Did you know that the High Flyers are favored by that much?
By how much?
By 19 points, according to yesterday's line.
I mean, RG3 is a tough matchup against the Giants.
I don't see it. I really don't. Interesting note in this game. Reggie Wayne has never scored against the Cleveland Browns. Will this be the first time he ever does it?
I hope not.
I couldn't believe that one.
I like the Browns today. I think they win 2 in a row.
But is Trent healthy?
Yeah, he's playing.
Okay,
he's playing.
Good.
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
Then they probably will.
I'm wearing the same shirt from last week's show because the Browns won, the Playmakers won for the first time all year.
Keep it going.
You know, but I did wash it though, so maybe that's.
Well, that might not be good.
Yeah. So let's move on to your game, man. The Frosty Paws. We have 2 matchups this week where the younger brother is, playing the older brother. Obviously, vice versa. I like the Archon Tigers, not because I'm sitting next to you. I just think the matchups this week favor you. With Peyton Manning on a bye week, Brandon Whedon's no Peyton Manning.
Right.
And look at the matchups. I think Peterson's going to have a big game in Welker, but, I just think your matchups favor you. I think Drew Brees has a big game.
I think this game, Brees' history at Tampa is not too good. So I'm kind of nervous about that.
Dude, it's going to be a nice day in Tampa.
My I have 2 guys out this week, too. So if those 2 guys play, McGahee and Roddy White, it's not even close. But Vegas has me favored by 2. I think they got that accurate. The key to this game is going to be Hakeem Nicks for me. If he goes off, then I win this game.
I mean, I want you to lose, but
so does everyone else.
No, but realistically, the matchups favor you. Okay. Farmers Tan and Bulldogs. Could the Farmers Tan lose 5 games in a row?
Farmers Tan and the Bulldogs.
He's already had 2 guys go. Seahawks defense and Marshawn Lynch. The Bulldogs.
This is going to be an ugly game.
Low-scoring game. I agree.
Yeah,
I think Dalton. He's going to go from his career game last week against the Browns, which wasn't enough to win, to a very mediocre game against Steelers.
I think Bulldogs win this just because he has A.J. Green, and A.J. Green goes off every week.
Not against Pittsburgh, though.
He finds a way.
Pittsburgh, they're angry, dude. They lost to Oakland. They shouldn't have lost. Bye week, coming back from a bye week. I think Palomar was going to play. I think Pittsburgh beats him pretty easily.
Boban, he has really tumbled.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be ugly. This game, don't even put it on. Don't even look at it.
Should we ask him now? I mean, if he loses this game and he goes to 2-5, I guess. Should we ask him now just to ship me back the trophy so I can get it polished up for the next champ?
Yeah, I think that's... Well, I'm going to be there for Christmas, so I'll pick it up for you.
Okay.
I'll just keep it because it's going back to my house. So, Bulldogs, do you have anything to say about that? Reply on the message board.
Well, dude, he always starts strong. I mean, he always
is who we thought we were.
The choke artist.
I hate to say it, but prove us wrong this week, Mark.
Yeah.
And beat my cousin. I love you if you do.
Eliminators and prime timers. Prime timers are a tough team to figure out. Last week I give him some props, and he lays an egg. Still wins because the other guy lays a bigger egg. but I think his matchups favor him. I think Richardson has a good game against the Colts. They're horrible at the run defense as long as he's healthy. I think Palmer has a good game against Jacksonville. So even though the 49ers defense didn't really show up for him, I still think he wins this game.
Well, I wrote down flip a coin in this game because Matty Ice isn't playing. When you have Jay Cutler on your team, you don't know what you're going to get. If he's going to throw 5 picks or 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
I mean, that's going to be the key. But I'm going to say Eliminators win just based on talent alone. He still has a couple of good guys in there.
I just think, he's had a couple of good games. He went off, scored a lot of points. This is the game where it's going to kind of flip-flop. Prime timers are going to score some points. Eliminators are not. I don't trust Cutler. I'm taking the prime timers.
Yeah,
Upset special. I'm going to go. I've lost 3 straight to my brother. And he's been talking a lot of shit, too, the whole season. So I look forward to today's matchup, Jake. Of course, the upset special is me beating you. And if that happens, Jake will be at 3-4 below 500. And kind of where Jake usually is halfway through the season.
Vegas has you favored by 7. That sounds about right. But I think I'm going to have to go with your brother on this one. I think you still have too many Packers in your lineup. I don't think the same.
And I think that's the reason why I'm going to win again.
No, well, they're playing the St. Louis Rams. That defense is tough.
Yeah, okay.
You're not going to sit there.
No, but
you're going to bring up Houston's defense.
But okay, you're right. Their defense is good. But look, have they played someone like an Aaron Rodgers type offense? No. They played the Dolphins. They played, teams that are not that. They don't have 6 weapons to throw to.
You said Drew Brees is going to go off today.
Yes.
And Lance Moore is back, and Jake has him. Hopefully he started him.
Well, did he start him? Let's look.
That's going to be the key.
We're minutes before kickoff.
Let's see if Jake's smart enough to do it.
Yep.
He did. That's going to be the key.
But be honest, on the camera, did you tell him? Because
I swear to God,
everyone knows you've been helping him.
Who said that?
Dude, there's rumors. There's
Well,
rumors.
I don't know who's telling you this stuff,
Yeah.
but
But that's all the time we have. It's good to be back here in Jacksonville to do a show from a remote location from the headquarters of the Archon Tigers.
it's good to be back.
I know that there was a follow-up between me and you last year, and you decided to cancel, rip up your contract, and you said, I'm done. But I'm glad we were able to mend our fences, and you're able to do this guest appearance.
Well, let's not go that far. It's not over yet. I mean, our agents are still talking.
Okay. But this is a good sign. We don't have a signed contract, and you've agreed to come on the show and still. I mean, I know you think that you're the reason why people watch this show.
No, I don't.
And you do bring the color to the show, and I do miss doing that with you. But I'll be honest, I kind of like having that different guest every week. It's kind of fun.
You're a dictator. You like controlling things.
Like what's the guy's name? Sasha Cohen.
Yeah. What was his name? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Anyways, good luck to everyone out there.
Good luck, everyone. Peace out, brothers. Except for Jake.
Zoli, put some steak on that eye.